so this text is poetry is usually a very heavily oral form, right? But definitely here, this poet, Josh Charles, is definitely working in a textual dimension here. So yeah, just try reading this stuff out loud, right? Uh, Man, it takes me a little while, not only reading, but reading aloud to figure out like what the word actually is, right? So I look at it, I sort of recognize it, but then it's only when I kind of say it do I actually get it, right? And so yeah, it's really sort of it's a good sort of like deconstruction of phonetics and you know the difference between text and sound, right? The orthography, the spellings that we use for text, right? So a lot of these things here that they're doing is, um, we see sort of in social media at times, but this is much more radical, right? So yeah, so I just go through it and I have highlighted parts here, right? And again, I think I don't want to take anything away from your experience by over talking points. Um, so I made a lot of these points in my comments about Rankin. The only thing I would mention here, right, where Rankin talks about microaggressions and otherization on that level, uh, Charles is talking about the idea of trans. Okay, again, a very contemporary issue, right? So this trans experience, right? This liminal experience, right? And so there is definitely, talk about microaggressions and otherization here, but uh, here we're really getting sort of living or the expression of the trans experience from within, from a very interior type way. Uh, and so, similar to what Rankin is doing, but it has, important differences as well. Okay, so those are just some notes on my annotated readings there. Let's go back to Ken. Right. Uh, so it looks like we covered all that stuff. I give you some vocabulary here to help you with. Last thing is, um, see if I can get this in this part of the podcast. So Sketch 2 is up. It has not been activated, but this is what you'll be doing for Sketch 2. You'll be rewriting your Sketch 1 in the form of Rankin or Charles.